Once again, it's your friend Sizwe, and I want to welcome you to What They Do. This is Miami, so in Miami, we say what they do, like what's up, what's popping, what's going on, and I'm here to say what they do. I got a special guest in the building. He's a young entrepreneur. Man, I've known this young man for a little while. He's also a DJ, rising star in the DJ world, in the Soca world. He's a pilot. And he also has a Juve band. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, yo, Moni Vibez.
What's going on?
What they do?
We're here.
We here. What's good, man?
I'm here. Sizwe, thank you for inviting me to the show.
Easy.
You know, it's an honor to be here.
Yeah, man, nah, I must have you know.
Sizwe is a figure in the soca industry and a pillar in South Florida's Caribbean diaspora.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. You know, we work hard, and I'm glad to hear some of the fruits of my labor are, seen and appreciated. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Yeah, bro. So I brought you here because, Miami Carnival's around the corner.
Rapidly approaching.
Yeah, and you got your Juve band, and I thought that this might be a platform for you to talk about what you got going on,
Definitely.
who you are, what you're bringing to the table, especially as a young, busy businessman such as yourself. So tell my audience, tell the people, like, who's Moni Vibez? Let's start it there. Now, remember, this is a conversation, so we don't got to stick on, this question, that question. I just want to hear about what you got going on, and and how we could maybe make things better, make things worse, or maybe even disagree.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What they do?
What they do.
So, Moni Vibez here. Sizwe, like I said, thank you again for inviting me to the show.
Yeah.
I started DJing around 124 now, boy, time moving. Might be 8 years now.
Okay.
8 years
Wow.
DJing. My father was big into the music industry, and I figured I could do this.
Okay.
I caught a vibe. Music has always been a passion of mine.
Yeah.
To, make people enjoy themselves, and if I could do that through music, let's have a time.
I'm gonna take you back just a little bit, right? Because when I met you, you was a youth, right? Youth. But a young youth actually flying planes.
This is true. Right?
So what age did you start flying, and where's that situation right now?
So I started flying through my first aircraft at the age of 11. So wow. we're a lot further from 11.
11.
That was over a decade ago.
Wow, these kids is playing with Legos at 11. You flying planes, that's what's up.
It was a little different. At that time, it kind of felt like I was on a journey alone, because everyone around me may have been, into their, whatever their Legos at the time were. It was never really, they didn't know what they wanted to do. So to kind of be someone at that age, knowing where I want to go in life, have a direction, and pursuing it actively.
So you still flying?
Still flying today.
Man.
My training should be actually complete in about 2 years or so. Man. So pretty stoked about that.
Man.
And balancing that with the Juve band, and personal life, and other business endeavors.
Right. So your next business, you deal with cars and accessories.
That's correct. We do Vibez Customs is actually a graphics and signage company, but being that we're in South Florida, cars is part of the city, so we can't leave them out.
All right. So we got Vibez the pilot.
Vibez the pilot.
We got Vibez Customs. Right. We got Vibez Juve.
Vibez Juve.
All right, so let me talk about the Juve thing.
Now. Yeah. Well, like I said, making people enjoy themselves is part of me. Anybody who's around me knows, if you're around money and you're not having that time, something wrong with you. And that is it. Juve is a very free up thing, and people could just be them. And for me to give someone that experience, or to curate a space where you could feel so free, and such a state of nirvana and this
euphoria,
essentially. That's what I'm getting at. To create that space really feels like I've accomplished
something,
my goal.
Word.
I'm living in my purpose. So the Juve thing is a little more than just powder and paint and dirty up and wind up. It's a state of mind.
I can hear like that you got the Jamaican thing in you, not just here, but I know it. I know times is changing, and we're getting to be a lot more a lot more one within the cultures.
This is true.
Right? And I truly appreciate that.
Of course.
But I don't think you see as many Jamaicans like truly involved in the creating of the space.
This is also
You
true.
understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there are plenty of soca lovers who are Jamaican. We love the Jamaicans.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? But actually, like, being part of making the space and fully enjoying soca, you know? Is that something that is am I right or?
No, you're spot on. I mean, everybody always asks, "Where you from?"
Yeah.
Where you from?
Yeah.
I'm from Miami. No. Where you from?
Yeah.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't lying. I ain't nothing to lie about.
Yeah.
I'm Jamaican, honestly, and everybody else, my counterparts, my peers, always like, "Oh, I don't like dancehall more." I love dancehall, but the bliss, that pure happiness that you feel when you hear in soca it's like no other. No music is like soca music.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're saying it's number one then?
This is my number one. This is my number one. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And you know, people always ask me, "Hey, do you DJ?" I'm a soca DJ first.
Yeah.
And I'm a everything else DJ after.
Okay.
I could play dancehall. I could play reggae. I could play pop, hip hop, rock, country. I could do it. We
Yeah.
could do it. But what do I want to play?
Yeah.
I want to play soca.
You think being like a soca DJ or classifying yourself as a soca DJ, do you think that hurts you in the long run? Or I mean, I guess you do it, so maybe it doesn't.
Well, on a public stage,
Yeah.
to the public eye, yes, it might look like I'm boxed in. But I think what soca needs is a DJ for soca. You know, I think a lot of soca DJs call themselves soca DJs, but they're not really uplifting, they're not educating the people on soca for what it really is. I'm not talking about top 40. I'm talking about play the artists that don't get the recognition. Play the songs that you feel are songs that are noteworthy.
Yeah.
Don't just play it because it's the people's choice. Play your choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that'll create a deeper understanding and knowledge base in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, if we keep playing what everybody wants to hear, the same 10 songs, how we gonna know? You know, when I play soca, I play it the way I want to hear it. And that's why I think people like when I play. Because you're not hearing what the next DJ is gonna, you're not hearing what every other DJ plays. You're hearing my selection of music, my catalog, my favorites.
Does that like does that require some level of? I mean, clearly it requires a certain level of knowledge of the music. So do you find yourself like exploring, you know, the Lucian soca, the Grenadian soca, and trying to incorporate all these? Because my position is like, soca is soca, right?
Soca is soca.
And I think it's also important that we don't segregate it. Like, this is Small Island soca.
It's one soca.
This soca. It's gotta just be soca in order for us to grow on a global stage. You know?
Second.
I can see like you want to hold on to identity, and this is jab, and this is, you know.
There's nothing wrong with style.
Yeah.
Style should be embraced. I think we should be pushing the job. We should be pushing the Vince. You know, we should be pushing each individual style of soca, but we should never segregate the soca.
Yeah.
It's one soca at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing it for the masses. It comes as one soca.
Yeah.
It's not Bajan soca or Grenadian
Or
soca.
it shouldn't be at least.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And the problem with soca lovers is that they tend to segregate it unknowingly, and that's where we create our own device and our own demise.
You going in the party? Are you going in the dance and like saying to yourself, "Okay, I'm gonna play this set," or is it more of how this group of people are making you feel at the moment?
Every party has its own set. There cannot be one set for any and every party because each crowd, each set of people has their own vibe. And to walk in a crowd and say, "Well, I'm gonna play this set," you just lost. You just got defeated. You just let the next DJ outshine you because you weren't able to adapt. You weren't able to read the room, read the crowd, and give them what they wanted. You gave them what you thought they wanted before you walked in.
Yeah.
You judged this party by the cover,
Yeah.
and you just failed. You failed that crowd and you failed yourself.
Yo, that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. You know, I haven't heard that type of conversation from young DJs. I've been around many DJs, and we have this level of conversation often, right? but recognizing that you are setting the tone, and you have to observe what the crowd is really wanting, as opposed to what it is that you just want to play.
You want to play,
right? Oh, and you see that when maybe the first DJ come on or the second DJ come on, and he or she is playing all the big songs, and not giving the room space to grow.
You have to leave the floor open.
Yeah.
Especially as the opener. I don't even call it the warm-up DJ, just the opener. The person setting the tone, setting the pace for the party. That's what that DJ's job is to do. Identify the vibe, and by any other DJ in the room supposed to come in and say, yeah, this is where we going. Yeah, this is what we on. This is what we do.
It's a couple of y'all young DJs coming up, man.
It's a few. I'm honored to say I know a few of them in the game. Work very close alongside them, and very proud to see their achievements.
I'm absolutely proud to see it too, and it tells me. I had a conversation the other day with another guest, and we were just talking about the music and it growing, or is the music gonna last? And I'm saying music is a lifestyle; it must last, and it's encouraging to see people like you and your peers who have taken up the mantle and could play anything, back in time, present, dancehall, hip hop, country, everything.
Whatever you want.
We have it. I find that to be encouraging. You know what I'm saying? So let's deal with some of these other issues. The Miami soca scene. Is it a staple, or is it lacking? Like, where is the soca party scene in Miami? I don't want to give my opinion. Maybe you can hear it in the tone of my voice.
I just set up for this one.
Yeah. What's going on in Miami?
The Miami soca scene is...
this is being recorded, and if you don't want to...
Nah, we're talking to things. We're talking. Those who made it this far, they want to hear this.
Yeah.
The Miami soca scene needs help. It needs help. Miami, as one of the largest Caribbean cities in the U.S., and I would say the first or second largest carnival in the U.S., it needs to do better as a city. We shouldn't only know the music when it's carnival time. Soca is a year-round genre. It does not have a season. It has seasons within, but it's a year-round thing. Right after Trinidad, you have Jamaica Carnival. Right after Jamaica Carnival, we start going to Summer Soca. Summer Soca, we start touring the islands. There's no time in which soca cannot be played. Soca is produced year-round. So to say, I only listen to soca music this time, I only play soca music this time, you're doing soca a disservice. Play the music.
So are you saying that's what's happening in the parties in Miami?
That's what's happening in the parties in Miami.
Wow.
They educate themselves on one season.
Oh, so the music that's being played. What you're talking about is the music that's being played.
Well, I'm talking about the music that's being played, and I'm talking about the people to go out and actually learn the music. It's there. But if you want to subscribe to only the select few who play the select songs that are only being selectively rotated, how will you ever know more?
You said, and I take issue with a piece of what you said, right? And when people say that, and that is, it almost sounds like DJs are saying that the consumer should be knowing the music and going out and learning the music before they come to the dance. Whereas I come from a place where it is the DJ who teaches the consumer about the music.
I agree.
Right? So when you say, or people say, other DJs say, they ain't playing the record because the people don't know the record, I kind of take a little issue with that.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And why I say I agree with you, but in the same line I also disagree with you, is because the music is there to be learned, right? The DJs who are educating the people on soca, they're playing the music. The mixes aren't, because they can be found on SoundCloud, whether Mixcloud, YouTube. There's platforms to educate yourself on. I'm not saying to literally put yourself, go on YouTube or whatever and type in the song. Nah, listen to your favorite DJ, or maybe don't listen to your favorite DJ. if that's the problem.
Wow. I heard that. That's a jab.
Maybe your favorite DJ is doing you a disservice. Maybe they're stifling your soca knowledge. So now when Miami Carnival time come around, you're lost.
Yeah.
Because you're 6, 7, 8 months back in the music.
But Miami Carnival, right, is different than the soca scene in Miami during the year, isn't that?
It is.
Right, that's a different thing.
They're almost polar opposite in the way I see it. Right, Miami soca scene is, they're in a box, right? They're in a very tight box. Meanwhile, Miami Carnival it's for everybody. People come from near and far to come here. Miami Carnival is a spectacle.
So why the stark difference? Why is it like so? There's such this drawn out line outside of Miami Carnival. As I hear you say, the vibe is not really there,
unfortunately.
But during Miami Carnival is the carnival in North America.
Carnival. It's the vibe.
It is the vibe. It's better than Labor Day.
I'll let the people decide. Is it better than Labor Day? That's the question. That's the question. And I think
better than Carnival.
I think that's subjected to the fete on it. That depends on the carnival that you want to experience.
Okay.
I think Miami Carnival, well, it used to be a carnival that's on the road. You have road, you could go. It's open for the most part. You know, certain carnivals, Labor Day gives you the road, but everybody in the parade isn't there for the parade.
It kind of feel like maybe a free for all.
A little too much. A little too free. Because now, you know, we start to mix up with the wrong crowds, the people we don't really want to be, the people who aren't here for this. They're here with ill intent. They're here with different intent. And the people here are here to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what soca's about, a good time. When you mention the people that's in Miami versus Miami Carnival, why is that line so thick? It's because the people that's here during Miami Carnival, the population, the majority population isn't the people from Miami.
Wow.
You know, we see, why is it that the people that live here, they don't want to go out. They don't want to support their friends and their local events going on. They don't. They only go to certain big name parties during Carnival time.
How do we make it better?
How do we make that better?
Yeah. How do we make the Miami, because I mean,
how do we bring them out?
Yeah, how do we bring them out? How do we make these dances, these parties special, and where people want to enjoy themselves and have a good time, and it's not just the same old thing, or just not a vibe as maybe you might say it.
Well, the problem comes in the promotion. You know, maybe the event is the problem for that particular user. Maybe they're tired of the same thing over and over. Maybe they're looking for a different experience, and the only thing they see here outside of Miami Carnival time is the same thing on repeat. So somebody needs to provide a different experience for these users. So to bring the people who don't go out, give them a change of heart, make them want to be outside, make them want to come to your party.
So you think it might be a promoter issue?
It falls back on that to some degree. Now, everybody has social media these days. Everybody has Facebook, and if everybody's promoting on these platforms, and the people still don't want to go outside, they're not intrigued. The promoters are not capturing the audience the way they need to.
Is it still hard getting paid by the promoter?
Last time I checked, yeah, there's a little fight.
Hard?
There's a little fight. Last time I checked.
Yeah, there's still a little fight.
It's still kind of shaky.
I know the promoter's gonna be vexed with me for saying that.
Yeah.
You know, you still gotta wait around for your envelope?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, boy, come in like a real check, you know.
Jeez. Dang, man, we gotta do better.
They gotta do better.
Yeah, but you know what? When I say we gotta do better, is because, you know, it's a collective. You know what I'm saying? At least from my vantage point, right? We all have to do the business better, right?
The business of soca.
The business of soca. Right? The artist, the DJ, the promoter, and the party goer.
Is that the problem? Is the problem the business of soca?
I think the business of soca, the question is there a business of soca, and who is running that business, right? Who's in charge of this business of soca? Is it the promoter, right? Is it the party goer? You know, like what are the rules? Are there any rules? Who is in charge? Right? Who can I go to and say, you know, and is that part of every genre? Does every genre have the same problems that we have? You know, I'm not sure what the answer is, you know, but I do know that there's a problem. Right? So that's what I'm saying, is it's a we thing, is not necessarily, from my vantage point, just a promoter thing.
Respectfully.
You know? So
now, do you feel as if promoters change their marketing tactics or give a more memorable experience to the patron, that $35 budget might change?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things have changed, right? So even partying itself has changed, right? We're in a space where it's more important to have a section and a table than to actually have a time, right? In many of these parties, you know, and I think we see it in hip hop world, and I think part of that is now coming into the soca world, right? Where it's about how many bottles you have, what's your section, and less of the actual party, you know?
It's only picture hunting now?
Picture on Instagram and Facebook and, you know, social media. And I think it's a little problematic for what it is that we're trying to do.
So the purpose has been lost in the event.
I don't know if it's lost,
but it's being diluted.
But it's changing.
Okay.
Right? And I'm a proponent of change, right? Like I understand things change. Music change, soca change. Soca of today is not the same soca from the 90s. It's not the same soca from the 70s. It's just it's different. And I think we have to embrace that, right? But in embracing it, the surrounding things have to change too. You know? So it's not, I think there's a broader conversation, and I don't think that we are going to be able to fix it here in this conversation, but I think the conversation still needs to be had, where men could come together, men and women could come and have an understanding of, well, what does the party goer want? What are they willing to pay for?
For the right party, I think the party goer will pay anything.
Yeah,
because who wouldn't pay for an experience?
But the question is not to you,
right? It's to them.
It's to them.
The party goer.
The party goer. What are you willing to pay for? So when I ask her, you know, how much you willing to pay, right? She know how to tell me. Or my next follow-up question is, well, what are you willing to pay for? Right? There's a big old wasp flying on the set.
That's a bee. That's a bee, you know.
Is it a bee?
Yeah.
Right.
See it on there?
You kill it?
Nah. I thought yeah, you're only making vex now. You definitely got him. Alright.
Killing what's in mid-podcast.
Mid-podcast, bro. You can't script this.
You touch him?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You go on now.
You definitely down for a while.
You down for a while?
This is where you're original.
Right. Kill that something. Man, know what that was.
That's a minute gone.
All right, so we
talk.
a little talk. It was a good little break. Vibes Jouvert.
That's what the people them saying.
That's what the people say.
That's what the people them saying.
Word.
Word.
I went last year.
Okay.
And I think the year before. If this is your second year?
This is my third year.
This is the third year.
It's the third year.
So where did the Vibes thing come from, and how we get to where we are today?
Well, I started playing music in 16, so you know, the style I play with, people was like, yo, always coming to me, Moni, what we doing for Carnival? Moni, what we doing for Carnival? I ain't no promoter, I know. We go in. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? We go in. Mm-hmm. So I said, all right. 1 year, the whole team. I also did some printing. I had an apparel business for a while. Moni Vibez Apparel was my only business for a time, and that really did curate the network and the followers that I have today. So that is a very honorable mention in the story of me and Vibes Jouvert and where we are today. You know, my patrons, my followers said, yo, we need somewhere to go. What to do? Can't leave my people hanging. So I said, yo, let's go. Made some Moni Vibez shirts. That was the intro. That was back in 2017. 1 year after I started playing music officially. Called myself a DJ. And every year since then, I have more followers. More people saying, yo, I need a next shirt. I need a next shirt.
Right.
I look around, I said, nah. I'll do something. Moni Vibez was born officially. 2021. Right after the pandemic. First year.
First year.
First year.
Okay, gotta be that because the first year after the pandemic, I still wasn't doing it. I was like, not me, or they could have it. So yeah, it was a little bit too fresh for me. So
Too
2021.
You know, 2021 was the first year as a section. And here we are today in 2024. And it's only grown since then. It's only got bigger. The experience has only been more immersive, you know. And the people only want to come back more. So right now we're in Miami and Orlando, actually.
Mud.
Yeah.
Listen, so is the iconic thing the yellow, or is it?
The iconic thing is the vibes.
Is the vibes?
It's the vibes.
All right.
You know, when you come into Vibes Juve, you're coming to have a premium Juve experience.
Or people like me could come and enjoy the vibes.
It's not, see, that's where you mess up. It's not old people. It's all people. You know what I'm saying? Vibes Juve is a very BU kind of thing. You know, don't watch nobody. Have a time for you. And I think that's the idea of Juve over the years have kind of been, it's been more of a party than what it's really meant to be. You know, if you look at the history of what Juve really means, it's a release. And I think that needs to be, people need to be reminded of that. People just they're just getting dirty. They don't even know why. You know? I think Vibes Juve is here to remind people
Do you know
to release.
Do you know what the literal translation is of Juve?
I do not.
All right.
I know it is not an English word.
It's not. What language is it?
I believe French.
French. You're right. 10 points for you.
We should get a bell on this show and every time somebody gets points,
don't worry.
Yeah.
A little ping ping. Jour ouvri or jour ouvert,
Jour ouvert.
right? And that is opening of the day, right? So this is why Juve is in the morning. And Jour day, ouvert, open. So the beginning of the day, the opening of the day. All right. We learned something.
I think we taught the listeners something as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people don't know.
I got a little bit. I have a little bit.
Say it again for me.
Jour ouvert.
Ouvert.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people didn't even know that's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yeah. Well, it's Juve, right?
Right.
Over the time.
It's gotten kind of modernized.
But that's and I hope I'm right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. You know, if I'm wrong, you can drop it in the comments. Let me know.
Let
we
us
can talk
know.
about it.
Let
you know
us
what I mean?
know. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think, listen, man. Anyhow, the young people are involved in moving the culture forward. I think it's a great thing. You know, and so you should be very proud of what it is that you've been able to accomplish.
Thank you.
You know. And the example that you set for the people coming behind you, right? Because at some point you're gonna turn 30, right? And at some point you're gonna turn 40, right? It's the ones who coming up behind you that's gonna be doing what it is that you're doing.
Correct.
You know?
And
So-
they need someone who they can relate to.
Absolutely.
And someone to, you know, even aspire to be, or even ask someone to go to for the reassurance or
Listen,
for
man.
information, because people don't feel like they could go to the more popular people in the industry for guidance or even to answer their questions.
Or their father or their mother,
A lot of people don't have those figures in their life.
right? Or they do, but they're not comfortable to talk to them, you know? I think that we oftentimes don't realize how much impact we have on other people watching. There's somebody you might have spoken to that you have no clue is absolutely watching you and wanting to carry that same torch or want to be just like you, right? And you might see yourself as, oh, I'm just trying a thing and I ain't no star. No, you're a star, right? You are setting a tone. You are putting yourself forward and saying, I am the example.
Right.
You're doing that every day. You know? So you should recognize that. Do your best to recognize that and bring your product forward, because there's going to be young people coming after you to try to do the same thing. And that's how the culture, that's how the music, that's how the vibes carries on.
Indeed.
You know,
Because the vibes must carry on.
The vibes must carry on, you know? So, Yeah, man. Favorite food?
My favorite food? A chicken Alfredo. Yeah.
Chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo.
On linguine, fettuccine. Alright.
Fettuccine only.
Favorite movie?
Grilled chicken at that.
Grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Back to the Future.
1, 2.
2.
Okay.
A little more relatable for me.
Okay. Back to the Future. That's a little bit beyond. That's a little bit before your time.
Back to the Future isn't just. Well, Back to the Future 2 isn't just a 90s movie talking about what the future may be and what the future may hold. I think it's a reminder of present day. And in order to know your future, you must go back. You know, history, they always say history tells itself again. And people often don't take time to learn before them. They think that what it is now is what it is. No. A way was paid for you to be here, and you should learn that, and that'll most likely improve your days coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To know who you are, or to know who you were, is to know who you are.
Yeah, that's powerful.
You know.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Rest in peace to the late great Blacks. He made a song, and some of the lyrics went, "I'm just a stranger in a crowded place," and people may sing that line, but I don't believe they really feel that line. They don't really know what it is to be or to feel like a stranger in a crowded place. You know, and to think of the time in which he created that song and the time related to when he passed, you know, that was one of his last projects. And he might have just felt that.
Yeah.
And many people just might be feeling like a stranger in a crowded place and they don't know how to say it.
Yo, it's so true, you know, and it speaks to like mental health and us not necessarily recognizing that you may or may not need some help or may not need to talk to somebody, you know. Like I suffer with a whole set of anxiety, and I've been trying to talk about it more because it has, over the years, it has not allowed me to be as free as I would like to be, right? You don't see me out as much, or if I come out, I'm coming to go perform and I'm gone, I cut, because I almost can't handle it again, you know? It's been really hard, difficult.
And I think that having a space or having someone to share this information with, who you can confide in with, is very important.
Yeah.
Because to hold it within is very difficult. You know?
Yeah.
And all it
fly
does,
there, kill it.
take a same shooting.
Look him there. Get him.
Wait, take off again.
Got him.
That is it.
It's finished now.
That done.
No more podcast for you. Yeah, sorry.
We had to do with a serious.
Yeah, not a serious thing. That was a B. That's a B, man. You know what I'm saying? My face can't swell.
Nah, nothing can swell. Hey, but mental health is a very overlooked topic, especially in our community.
Yeah.
Because it's always cool to say, yeah, I good. Yeah, I fine.
Yeah.
Me, I mess.
Speaking of that, then how do you stay so grounded doing so many different things, right? Because you do, a phenomenal amount of things for a guy your age with and do them so well. You're only an hour late here, but it's understandable because you probably got you probably got a lot of things going on. I understand.
This is true.
I know you got a lot of things going on.
Today is Thursday. Right? We are very close to Miami Carnival season.
Very.
And I do some promoting myself, and actually I have an event coming up this Saturday, as well as the Jouvert next week. And other businesses don't stop because everybody needs what they need and they need it now. So you're very correct.
So what's that part you got this Saturday? Plug it.
Rendezvous on Saturday. Charlotte birthday bash. Bliss. nightclub, and lounge. Be there.
Yo.
Rendezvous is the meeting place of Carnival.
Okay.
The Carnival starts in Rendezvous.
Saturday. So this is an every year thing.
This was looking to be an every year thing.
Man, this is the first year.
Is the first year.
Man.
It's the first year.
All right.
And I believe that Carnival needs a meeting place. And Rendezvous is that place.
Is that place.
So find yourself there because, yeah, that's where Carnival starts.
Big up Chandler, yo.
Charlotte every time.
I rate that young lady, man. She's killing the game. I rate her. Yeah, big up to you, Chandler.
Charlotte, the big every time. You know where we go already.
Yeah, man. So, yo, I think we touched a lot today, bro. And again, I just want to say that I think you're doing an amazing job.
I appreciate it.
Right? I've known you since, I don't know, a youth. You know what I'm saying? Young, cornrows behind your head and thing. And you have so much more to do. And I'm glad to be able to be around to see you become the great young man that I know you are. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I just want to, again, thank you for coming, you know, taking a vibe with me, telling me what they do,
Every
you know what I'm
time.
saying? So big up yourself, what they do, Moni Vibez.
Sizwe.
I see you, man. Thank you so much.
Bless.
Yeah, man. Right, so that's Moni Vibez, man. You gotta check him out. It's on all the social media. Moni Vibez Jouvert, Vibes Jouvert on the road. That's next week. So we gonna see you in Miami. We gonna see you on the road, and you know what they do. What they do.